Hello everyone, I am back, and today I thought I would do a story time video. So if you do not know, it is my birthday week, and today is Wednesday, August 8th, and my birthday is Friday the 11th. Now it's crazy to think that because I swear up and down I just had a birthday and already I have another one right around the corner. It's crazy how fast time flies the older you get. Anyway, so I wanted to do a story time video. I was gonna tell this story last year, never did. Year before that, never thought of it. So I figured since I don't have anything else to do, now would be a good time. And I got my fish aquarium going. If you are from Amarillo, Texas, you probably heard of Wonderland Amusement Park. And they have a ride called the Texas Tornado. The Texas Tornado is a double loop roller coaster. If you don't know what it is, you can always look it up on Google and Wonderland Amusement Park. And I have been to that park many times, probably way more than I can count. So yeah, and I'm gonna tell you the story about the first time I went on it. And my experience was when I was younger. We went to this amusement park called Frontier City in Oklahoma City. And long story short, my mom and my dad tricked me into riding the Silver Bullet because at the time I was a kid and I couldn't be by myself. Guys, ignore the dogs, okay? That's what they do. So I couldn't be by myself, so they wanted to ride the Silver Bullet, so I had to go with them. And they told me it was the bumper cars. I'm like, oh, they're like, here, we're gonna go ride the bumper cars. We wait in line. Mind you, I was 8 years old at the time, and I can still remember it to this day. Once I realized what it was, I started feeling a little scared. And I was begging my mom, can we please go ride something else? My mom's like, no, you have to wait. You have to wait till we get off of it. We go on the ride, and I remember going up the hill, and then I see the loop, and then I was like, I laid down in my mom's lap because I was so scared of the loop. And that roller coaster had traumatized me for life. I would not even go on a roller coaster. I would not even set foot on a roller coaster until I was 12 years old. Now, when I was 12, we went to Disneyland, and my stepmom at the time, they wanted to ride Space Mountain, and that roller coaster is really cool. So we go on Space Mountain, and I'm bawling my eyes out because I was very scared. I'm like, it's gonna go upside down, and they're like, no, it does not. And I'm like, it's a roller coaster, it goes upside down, and I'm like crying my eyes out. And my dad was telling me, Kira, give it a chance. Just give it a chance. And I did. I was this close to getting off of the ride saying, I don't want to do it. And I'm glad that I did because I learned a valuable lesson. And I will tell you that lesson in just a little bit after I tell you the story. So a few years later, as I got older, I started liking roller coasters. Like I would ride I've been on Judge Roy Scream. I've been on, that was my favorite roller coaster at Six Flags. And when I was 13, okay, Brendan Fraser was all the rage back then, and he had this movie called Encino Man coming out. I remember watching the movie, and and they were at this part. I don't mean for any spoiler alerts, so I do apologize if you have not seen Encino Man, but if you know, then you know. I remember this part, which, by the way, he quoted Arnold Schwarzenegger, and sir, if you're watching this, which is I highly doubt it, but if you are, thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I didn't even think of it at the time, but now thanks. So I see him riding the roller coaster. It looks like they were at Six Flags or something, I guess. So I saw Brendan Fraser on this roller coaster, and I was like wanting to ride it because they're like, Kira, it goes upside down, and I was like, I still want to ride it. And they're like, they didn't like. I decided to go to Wonderland for my birthday that year, which I've done it every year. After watching Brendan Fraser ride that roller coaster, I was in a daredevil mood. And I went on the Texas Tornado. Yeah, Texas Tornado. It's that double loop roller coaster at Wonderland. It's crazy. It was like, I don't remember exactly what day we went, but it was my 13th birthday. I can't remember if we went the day before or the day after. Like, guys, I have a twin brother, so we celebrated our birthdays on different days. So I can't remember what day we went. I went on all the rides, and I'm trying to, you know, I was psyching myself for the Texas Tornado, like, I can do it, I can do it. And I waited until last because I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want to just do it. I had to prepare myself for it because I knew what I was getting myself into, okay? We go on all the rides. As we head to get in line for the Texas Tornado, I start feeling sick. Like, you know that sick feeling when you have butterflies in your stomach and you feel like you want to throw up? That's exactly how I felt when I was about ready to go on it. I'm like, I can't do it. And they're like, Carrie, you got to go on it. We've already paid for your ticket. Which I have no idea why, but Texas Tornado didn't, you had to pay to ride it. So I'm like, I might as well do it. I wanted to. And my mom had to mention Brendan Fraser, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I did. So I'm waiting in line, and I'm like shaking and shaking and shaking. I'm like, what am I getting myself into? On the verge of tears, I'm like this close to crying, or I was crying because I was so scared because I knew it goes upside down. We get in the train for the roller coaster, and I'm like, my hands were shaking like this uncontrollably. Like, I could feel the adrenaline in my veins. I'm like, why am I doing this? What am I getting myself into? And as we head toward the lift, I'm like covering my face, and I'm telling myself, don't look down, don't look down. And then when we get to the top and we drop, I see that loop, and we're heading towards it. And I swear to God, I do not even, that's all I remember. Like, next thing I know, we're taking all these twists and turns, and I don't even remember going in the first loop, but I do remember the second loop. Like, guys, in case you didn't know, the second loop on the Texas Tornado, it's kind of like the track is smaller. I'll have to find a picture of it to show you what I'm talking about. I passed out on Texas Tornado, and I'm like in a total state of shock. I could not believe I did that. And now the Texas Tornado is fun, but it was like over before I knew it. And I'm like, it wasn't that bad, I guess, except for I passed out on the loop. And I'm pretty sure it was my anxiety. And I remember the ride, and I was like, did I just do that? And I was like, I don't remember anything. I don't remember getting off. I remember going on the ride, but I don't remember getting off. And I'm telling you, it's probably because I passed out a few times. I probably may have passed out once or twice. So all because I was so scared, but nonetheless, I did it. You gotta live your life and take some chances. That is the valuable lesson I've learned. You know, are you going to live your life being afraid? Or are you going to eventually conquer your fears? Now the Texas Tornado is my favorite ride at Wonderland, and I still have it holds a special place in my heart. If or when we go to Wonderland this season, which we've talked about it, I'm gonna get some footage. I will show you the Texas Tornado, or I can find a POV of it here and I'll film it. So anyway, yeah, every year for my birthday since then, till I was about 19 or 20, I went to Wonderland every year and rode Texas Tornado because it was a tradition. Now, I could probably do it this year, even though I'm much older, but I can probably still do it. Like, I'm doing something else this year, and I will explain to you more about it when the time comes. So, anyway, yeah, that was a crazy story right there. Texas Tornado. Oh, guys, by the way, I forgot to share you this side of the story. So, after riding Texas Tornado, I've been on roller coasters that are a lot more vicious. I've been on Great White at SeaWorld, and they did not think I was gonna do it, but I did. But I proved everyone wrong. And I've been on some more roller coasters at Six Flags. I've been on Shockwave, which I really love that one, and it's also a double loop roller coaster in case you didn't know. I've been on Texas Giant, and I've been on Titan. And my dad tried to get me to go on Mr. Freeze, and I chickened out, and I so wish that I did, because I think I would have loved it, because now I do. It is like my bucket list to go to Six Flags just to go on Mr. Freeze. So, yeah. Always remember, guys, if you're scared, my advice is to just ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Why can't I do it? Like the tattoo, which I will be getting another one soon. Anyway, guys, I'll talk more about that later, but for real this time, peace out.